you and I have something in common, not just a Summerall Award, but also you and I had the, unfortunate moment where both you and I, for our respective networks, announced the passing of Stuart Scott. And I know you worked with Stu with ESPN for all that time on the NBA Finals and all the coverage of it. I just throw the floor to you and what you think of when you work with Stu and got to know him, Hannah.
Well, I think that honestly, Rich, because I work a lot with Stuart, I consider working with him now too, because I work so much with the V Foundation and with his very specific element of the V Foundation, which is to fund research for really underserved populations in the cancer space. And I just think of, when Stu had cancer, and I was diagnosed with cancer a year ago, and I'm thankfully great, cancer-free now. When he had his very, very long battle, which he obviously eventually succumbed to cancer, he would always say, first of all, he always talked about it, which I thought was really cool. He didn't pretend it wasn't happening. It was like right there front and center. And then he would always say, I don't want to know what stage it is. I don't want anybody to tell me how long I have to live. I don't want to know the odds. I don't want to know any of it. I'm just going to live my life. And you remember, he would work out like a fiend, drink his protein shakes, talk about hanging out with his girls. I mean, he really lived life without thinking about what was coming down the road. And I just thought, obviously his broadcast legacy is unparalleled and singular. He allowed people to be themselves. He was unabashedly himself in every sense of the word. He was genuine. He was true. He was 100% authentic. That is something, again, as you and I are talking about the greats here, right? That anyone can emulate. And it takes courage to do that. And that courage that he had sort of intrinsically manifested itself in his battle with cancer and is still today, his life is having such an incredible impact on the millions that have been raised for cancer research. And I just, Tay and Sid, his daughters, are unbelievable at carrying on that legacy. And I just think it's something that even Stu maybe couldn't have envisioned, And I think that when things like this happen in life, I didn't know, like my cancer diagnosis, and luckily caught it early, but it has enabled me to reach out to so many people about the importance of testing and early testing, and just it has introduced me to this entire incredible community of people who care so deeply about those suffering from cancer. So, it's been a real blessing. And I think Stuart's life is just something that we can emulate, on so many levels. I think about him all the time.
You and me both. You and me both.
Yeah.
And it's one of the,
I'm ready to, I know.
No, I know. You and me both, because I think about him first, obviously, for Super Bowl, big moments, what he would think about a three-peat and things of that nature, what we're, you and I are going to New Orleans to go check out. And, what he would think about Bill Belichick as coaching North Carolina football. He would lose his mind. He would go out of his mind about that. The current NBA, Victor Wembanyama, and what he's doing, and LeBron at age 40, and what his perspective on all of this would be. I think about that all the time. And it
wasn't about him, Rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would say stuff that was uniquely his, but it wasn't about him. Does that make sense?
Of course.
He would say it in his way. And of course, today he would have gone viral on top of viral on top of viral, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was always about the thing and the event and how much joy he took out of whatever he was seeing, how much delight he took from it, and how he was going to phrase it. And, that was part of his magic.
No doubt. No doubt. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.